NHE CONNECT is the system that graphically displays information for safety and security on board, including fire detection equipment, to notify the occurrence of an incident as soon as possible, to quickly identify the location of the occurrence, and to support the swift initial firefighting. First, let me explain about our control panel for fire detection system. When a fire is detected, the zone address and location of the detector that detected the fire are displayed on the control panel in English. It is necessary to identify the location of the alarm from the zone address and location displayed on the control panel. The larger the ship, such as a car carrier, the larger the number of detectors installed, and the longer it takes to identify the location of the alarm. Therefore, we have developed NHE CONNECT so that you can see where the fire was detected at a glance. From here, let me introduce summary of NHE CONNECT. No special software is required to use NHE CONNECT. As long as the terminal device can run a web browser, you can use it regardless of the model. In addition, it can be operated intuitively with the touch operation of a smartphone or tablet. NHE CONNECT also supports wireless LAN. It can be used not only on wired LAN, but also on terminal devices connected to wireless LAN. In addition, it can work with other equipment as well as fire detection equipment. For example, you can display the footage of the surveillance camera closest to the detector. In the future, we will continue to develop so that it can be linked with equipment other than surveillance cameras. The display mode can be selected from two colors. A bright light version or a calm dark version can be selected according to your preference and circumstance. From here, let me introduce the operation in the event of an actual fire. When the detector detects a fire, the display switches to the graphic of a fire outbreak, the alarm sounds, and the detector detected fire is automatically centered. Also, the side view of the hull is displayed so that it is possible to understand at a glance which floor the fire occurred. The alarm sound can be turned on and off from the mute icon on the bottom right. You can display the list view by pressing the list button on the screen. The list view provides the list of detectors alarming fires and malfunctions. Also, it allows you to move from information to each detector directly. As the other functions in the event of a fire, it displays information of the first place where the fire happens and the last place where the fire is spread. You can also stop the alarm of the main control panel from NHE CONNECT. Next, let me introduce the operation when the detector are in faults. In the event of faults of detectors, the display switches to the fault graphic as in same way as the event of a fire, and an alarm sounds. Unlike fires, the display does not automatically move, but you can move to the failed detector from the list view. Detectors that are in fault will have a fault mark in the lower right corner, and you can check the details of the fault by selecting the detector. There are three statuses related to faults. They are displayed as being in fault, recovered from fault, or confirming fault. Each status is displayed as an icon at the bottom right of the detector, so you can check the status of the detector at a glance. Next, let me introduce the interactive function with surveillance cameras. By linking with a surveillance camera, it supports early detection of the location and quick safety confirmation in the event of a fire. From each detector's pop-up or from the camera icon in the list view, you can monitor footage of the surveillance camera that is closest to the detector. In the future, we plan to support the industry standard on-BIF interface. Furthermore, we are proceeding with development so that the direction and zoom of the camera can be operated from NHE CONNECT if it is a PTZ camera. It supports such network cameras. In actual operation, when you select the camera icon in the pop-up of the detector, the footage of the nearest surveillance camera of the detector is displayed, in this way. From here, let me introduce the maintenance menu. In the maintenance menu, you can easily add, edit, and delete detectors displayed on NHE CONNECT. Besides, there is also a function to order the arrangement of detectors, and a function to return the edited contents to the previous one. There are various other functions. Let me introduce some of them. As the starter, the document display function. When you tap or click the document icon in the pop-up of each detector, you can display documents of specified URLs, such as PDF and text files that are supported by browsers. Next is the smoke detector contamination status graphing function. By graphing the degree of contamination of each detector, it is possible to predict when replacement is necessary before the service signal notifies the needs of replacement. Weekly average dirt levels can be displayed graphically for 3 years, making it easier to set a guideline for the next replacement period. It also has the ability to set thresholds on the heat detector. Any threshold can be set separately from the threshold of the fire alarm of detector itself, so an alarm can be notified when the ambient temperature is relatively high according to the installation location. If it exceeds the set threshold, the status of overheat will appear in the lower right corner of the detector icon. In addition, by double-tapping or double-clicking the detector, the control panel will be displayed and you can operate the control panel. Depending on the state of the detector, operations such as resetting, disabling, and acknowledgement can be performed without touching the control panel. Furthermore, various functions such as switching display languages of the two set in advance. Screen split function up to 4 screens. Setting the date and time of the fire detector control panel, the function of disabling by zone, the function of turning on and off the graphic display of heat detectors and smoke detectors are provided. Also various information such as the door open/close status of the control panel and auxiliary alarm panel, event logs, and notification history can be obtained. The event log can also be output as a tab-delimited text file. This concludes the introduction of NHE CONNECT. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you for watching this video until the end.